I'm in the booth. Don't shoot. Which I need some proof.
Introducing
Watch my
the
videos,
two
man.
racks a
2
week
racks a week
challenge.
Ronnie Speed, yeah, Ronnie Speed. When I drive, I make
video, and then where you were just showing all your 2500. I said, okay, all right. I said I can get with that.
Introducing the 2 racks a week challenge.
What's going on, people? Ronnie Speed coming back. Man, you know what time it is, man. Here we have the second and official 2 racks a week winners link up. Let's get it. Everybody show them the 2 racks a week shirts. Let them know we're not playing around.
All day.
See it? Yeah, you
You
see
already
it?
know.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
You looking at some of the top drivers in the U.S. We're not playing around. We're not playing no games the rest of 2022. You know, everybody out there complaining, saying it can't be done, and y'all want to be nerds and calculating miles and doing all this nerdy stuff. Man, we out here doing the damn thing, getting stuff done. I'm gonna try to refrain from cursing. I'm gonna try to keep it professional. So for all the new people that's gonna be watching this video, this is the 2 racks a week winners link up. So if you see the panel, everybody in the panel has made $2,000 or more driving Uber or Lyft. So give them a round of applause. Let's get it.
Let's go.
Hell yeah.
And a lot of people don't really understand the significance of making $2,000. So let me break it down, man. So a lot of content out there, a lot of people view Uber and Lyft drivers, as has like a negative stigma. So we here to celebrate, celebrate that we hard workers. We are humans as well, and we get shit done. We think a little bit differently, so we don't conform to the whole corporate America. We got different ideas on how we want to live our life. So that's what this 2 racks a week challenge and winners link up here to represent. So $2,000. Why $2,000 is such a significant amount? Because it gets you closer and closer to making $100,000 in a year. Duh. So if you're coming from a typical corporate world, you get 50 week work year, you get 2 weeks off, blah, blah, blah. So pretty much you have to average $2,000. So I just thought, would it be a cool way to, make a challenge, man? Let y'all people know out there, oh, it can't be done. And what about miles? Now look at us. Last time I had 2 on the first 2 racks a week winners link up. Now look at the panel. Shout out to Craig and shout out to Ali for joining the first one. But now look at us. We're gonna be growing and growing and growing. We got all black shirts on. We're gonna intimidate y'all and we're gonna crush the weaklings. So I have a quick acronym before we introduce the panel of pretty much what 2 racks means to me. So it's an acronym, 2 racks. Resilient actions capable of kick-starting success. Again, resilient actions capable of kick-starting success, man. So all these people here are motivated. They figured it out. They doing the damn thing. And no, Uber and Lyft is not paying us. So don't try to sit there, well, they getting paid. No, we're not getting paid for nothing, man. We just grinders. So yeah, man. So we're gonna have a panel discussion about some of the mindset, some of the things that people like to implement, some disciplines that they do, things that help them to make $2,000. So for the people who haven't made it, listen up, get your pen and pencil out and take some notes. But real quick, I'm gonna share my screen and I'm gonna introduce this panel so y'all can know what the hell is going on, who these people are, and what areas they're driving in. 1 second. All right, you see everybody. You see everybody. Give them a round of applause again, man. So these are a panel of different winners, different parts of the country. So that lets you know that you can do it too, man. You just got to put the work in, and we're gonna have a discussion before we get started. So now I want y'all to guess what city do you guys think have the most winners so far?
Ooh. I'm
Texas.
I'm gonna say Dallas or Atlanta, bro.
Yeah, I gotta go with Dallas probably.
Dallas.
Dallas.
Out here in
Yeah,
the
me
big
too.
city.
Dallas.
Yeah.
No,
Definitely Dallas.
Oh,
And we
it is a
coming on
tie.
strong out here.
It is a tie.
Oh wow.
okay.
The DMV has 4. LA has 4.
Oh,
Atlanta has 3. Dallas has 3.
it's 3. Okay.
New Jersey has 3. New Orleans has 2. San Francisco 1. We got Fort Lauderdale at 1. Detroit 1. Phoenix has 1. Chicago has 1. Portland has 1, and Milwaukee has 1. So we getting there. We growing slowly but surely. So yeah, man, it's just gonna keep getting bigger and bigger. So now, man, let's get down to the nitty gritty, man. You know, we all made $2,000. So first question for the panel. You know, just remember, like when you first made $2,000, like a lot of people say, you know, it was a milestone. I didn't think it was possible. So like touch upon that moment. Like once you hit that $2,000, you seen the 2, the comma, the 00, man. How did that feel? So we could go to Tyler first, since you at the top left corner. Tyler, you could go first.
To be honest, man, that's just it's a big goal, really. Because once I seen it, it's like it's better than plant money,
Mm-hmm.
and it's a bragging point, really. Because like you said, at $2,000 a week, you making 100K a year. Who else you know making 100K a year working this easy, doing this easy at work?
Got him. What about you, DeAndre? What you think? Or how did it feel for you?
Shoot, it felt remarkable. I mean, I didn't really have a doubt in my mind because I felt like once I saw you do it, you know, I'm a man just like you a man, you know. And I feel like, you know, once I hit it, it was just like, all right, I know what I can do now. You know what I mean? Now I can kind of like move different, you know. I can get off early. I can do what I want. I can move freely versus having a job. You know what I'm saying? I can hit that break button. I can go offline, go handle some other business, pick up my son. It just opened other options to me.
Right. And real quick before you move to the next person, I remember like, I used like your one of your quotes that you used like in our interview. I used that for like the first promo video. What kind of person are you? So like, obviously we are different. We got a different mindset. Like we hungry. So it's like we just some hungry, hardworking, individuals who want better, man. And I really like the fact that you said that, because that goes to show what type of mindset that you have, man. What about you, Fred?
Yeah, it felt sensational.
Okay.
I see freedom on the horizon. Like, just living the life that I want to live. I don't have to be at nobody's job. I don't got to clock in no more. You know what I'm saying? I get off when I want to get off. I go with my family when I want to go with my family. I ain't got to ask for, man, I got to take a personal day. Like I just take off.
Right.
I do what I want to do. So that freedom, man, I love it.
Yeah. What about you, Val? How did it feel?
Man, it's beautiful, man. It's like once you get it done, it's like nobody can tell you what to do, man. You're your own boss. You don't have a boss telling you what to do. Also, you can make this money without a college degree as well. So nothing's better than that.
Investments.
Let's go down to my boy David, man. I like your interview, man. Some of the stuff that you were saying, man. Like how you was watching everybody else who made it before you did, and you was like, man, I want to be part of that, man. I want to be part of those group. Part of that group, man. How did that feel for you once you you hit that $2,000.
And we had a good talk. You know what I mean? We had a good talk, and I'm listening to everybody right now, and I'm in a different space in my life, not just financially, but spiritually and mentally. And for me personally, I'm going after projects right now that I shouldn't say only, that allows me the opportunity to make 100,000. So for instance, with rideshare, $2,000 a week. If I move to ATL, I know I can make 100,000. If I move to Dallas, I know I can make 100,000. You know what I mean? So pretty much every major city is what it's looking like to me. Is if I decide to pick up my family and move tomorrow, I can go to Fort Lauderdale, I can go to Cali, I can go to Arizona, and I could still have that flexibility, still live the lifestyle I'm living, and still, invest my money the way I want to invest my money, and still be a business owner. And to me, that is I don't know too many businesses, and I don't know too many jobs that you can really do that. And like I said, have the flexibility you have. So this is, to me, I mean, I'm loving this panel. I'm loving, what you're doing, bro. You already know that. But this is beautiful right here. This is beautiful because I'm literally I'm going to Delaware this weekend because of the holiday, and I'm also going to New Jersey this weekend because of the holiday, and I'm gonna be driving in both places.
Okay.
I'm gonna be making probably. My goal this weekend alone is to make $1,000.
Okay.
Last year I made about 800 doing ride share with my Mercedes. This year I got a car specifically for ride share, but the money's out there. You know what I'm saying? The money's out there. So I'm like, yo, I'm gonna be getting it. You know what I mean? I'm gonna be getting it. The energy is real. I'm loving that the fact that you had this video, or you're doing this right before the holiday, because this is gonna juice everybody up. So I'm pretty sure everybody gonna be screenshotting stuff what they made this weekend. So it's gonna be real.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So
Yes,
yeah,
sir.
man, this is I'm telling you right now, just today I met with I call my life coach. And this gentleman, he's made over $12 million in real estate. And I told him, I do ride share. I showed him some stuff what I made. And I also have a couple other businesses, as I mentioned. I have Airbnbs and stuff like that. But everything I'm doing now, I'm rubbing shoulders with people that are in the same kind of fields that make $500,000, $600,000, $700,000, and all have 7, 8, 9 different streams of income.
Okay.
So my goal personally is rideshare, 100,000. My Airbnbs, 100,000. Everything has to bring me at least 6 figures. Everything that I'm investing in. So that's my personal goal. You know what I mean? But the thing is, when you're doing rideshare, you're rubbing shoulders and you're meeting people that are riding in the back of your car. You don't know who you're meeting.
Right.
You don't know who's in the back of your car. You know what I mean? So just the fact that you can converse with people and just talk to people and have simple conversations, you open up a network that is, for lack of a better term, you opening up a network that the floodgates of heaven may open, and they may not shut anytime soon, and that money's gonna flow. That money's gonna flow. If you're in position, that money will come. As long as you're in position. But you got to be in position first. You can't be scared to talk to people. Right. Can't be scared to say, "Oh, I don't drive at night," or "Oh, I don't drive on the weekends," or "Oh, I don't drive on holidays," because you're missing out on opportunities that could possibly change your financial, your financial, your life financially. Right. So that's what it means to me.
Yeah, man. Good shit, man. Like, I agree with that 100%, man. Now let's go down to the very first female who made $2,000. How did that feel, Sherelle? How did that feel?
It felt good. Like I told in my interview, it felt, I was tired, but it made me feel more confident as an entrepreneur. I've always been the type of person that if I want to do something, I'm going to get it done. I've always been the type of person. If I want something, I will attain it. And just the simple fact that, I was able to earn that much money in a 1 week, it made me feel more confident that okay, so if I can do this, then what else can I do? You know what I mean? Like in whichever business that I'm, pursuing, whether because I'm be getting my loan signing agent. I'm already a notary, but I'm gonna be getting my loan signing agent certificate. I'm getting into life insurance. And so it's just like if I can make 2,000 it doesn't take a large brain to do Uber, you know what I mean?
Right,
But
right.
it's like if I can make 2,000 and not even hardly doing anything, imagine what I can do with, um, other businesses that take, I guess, more brain power, more brain power or whatever. But I just think that it just boosted my confidence as a boss, as a
Yep.
woman, especially out here because you don't see too many. I mean, I've taken Uber myself and I probably had 2 female Uber drivers.
Hmm.
I'm not saying they're not out here. Obviously they are, but just a simple fact that, I'm a female Uber driver and I'm making as much as I'm making. I feel like, and I've gotten just from the video that you posted, like women reaching out to me. I have one girl, she calling me every day trying to figure out what I'm doing. And she lives here, the same
Okay.
city I live in. I have her every day calling me. And I'm just like, just
Yeah,
get
you're a
out here, just
superstar.
do it.
Yeah.
Superstar now. You're a superstar. Now let's move to Jordan. For y'all, for those who don't know, Jordan, I've been knowing him for over a decade now, or damn near a decade. This is my
Yeah.
roommate. It's my man's man. So, talk about like that first moment, like when you first signed up to drive Uber and, to the moment that you made $2,000, man.
Yeah, man. It was like pretty easy for me, of course. It would probably be the easiest out of anybody here for me because I got this man right here next to me. Personally in person, showing me the numbers. So it was a no-brainer, bro. Like there's like if you have solid evidence and numbers standing in front of you, there's how are you gonna try to hopscotch around it? You know what I'm saying? Like there's no way that like you can't be doing it too. Like he's showing me he lives in the same area I do. So it was pretty much no excuses. So like at the same time too, man, like it's important for me and Ron that we have a lot of similar goals, same mindsets and stuff like that. So, if I'm gonna be bullshitting, he's gonna be, like, what are you doing? You know what I'm saying? Because we actually had a friend of ours, we tried to get him involved in it as well, and it just wasn't the same. So for me, um, me and Ron both also have an athletic background, so that allows. I think that's where I get a lot of my discipline characteristics from as well. So, man, it was just easy. It was just a no-brainer. I saw him doing it, and the biggest thing that I heard a couple of times, which is one of my biggest talking point with, some of my riders, because I tell them, I drive a Tesla, so they always ask like, well, why am I doing it with Uber? Or they don't believe that I only do Uber. They think I'm doing other stuff on the other side. Some probably think I sell drugs. I don't know, but so they always kind of like doubt the capabilities of what Uber could provide. So when I drop them the numbers and stuff too, they're like, oh, okay. So of course they try to discredit it a little bit by being like, when you say, well, how many hours do you drive, and you tell them anywhere from like 10 to 12. But the biggest thing is like, okay, even if the number of hours that I'm driving is higher, then I guess people still have stuck in their head 8 hours a day. The biggest thing is that it's low effort, man. You're driving around giving people rides. Like that's the easiest money I've ever made. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, I've worked a lot more complex jobs. I've worked a lot of manual labor jobs, and the hours is not a big deal to me because I was guaranteed working 12 to 14 before, loading trucks. You know what I'm saying? So the fact that it's minimal effort, bro, you carry out conversations. Sometimes you don't even have to do that because you get if you have social skills, you can start getting the signs of like maybe they don't want to talk or whatever. Boom, you just throw on you got headphones, listen to whatever you want to listen to, and just ride around and just chill, man. Like it's the easiest money to be got out here, to be honest.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And this is a perfect ending to like the next question. We don't have to have like the whole panel answer this question just because we like, we'll be here all day. But maybe we get like, 3 people to touch upon this, man. Cause I know like a lot of you guys, probably heard people talking shit like, oh, is it worth it? Or, or I know a little trick to beat the algorithm or all this. So what do you think is most important? Trying to beat the algorithm or putting in the time and being disciplined to actually make the money to put the hours in to make $2,000 a week? What's more important to y'all? Whoever want to answer, you could just talk or hit the raise your hand button, or it don't matter.
Man,
I'll go ahead and knock this one out real quick.
All right.
This is simple. I think it's like, forget like trying to beat the algorithm, beat the app, trying to outsmart, trying to do like all this analysis shit. The biggest thing is when you have that characteristics, man, that takes you further and it is beneficial in other aspects of your life. You know what I'm saying? So it allows things to be easier for you to have a routine and discipline towards other things that you may be working on the side of doing Uber, or simple things like setting goals for yourself as far as like, doing something simple like going to the gym. You know what I mean? You carry that discipline on over to so many other aspects in life. And I think that's way more beneficial than just trying to find like the cheat sheet. You know what I'm saying?
Yes, sir.
Definitely.
a little piggybacking off that, man, just like you said, bro, just doing the work, man. Put in the hours. Like that discipline will take you so far. And it reminds me of a quote my dad said, where it's like work smarter, not harder, but to get to that elite level, you work harder and smarter. And then you're really gonna be killing them. So I think, you know what I'm saying, getting to that, putting in the hours first and being dedicated to Uber and to your 60 hours a week, to your 2K, that's gonna get you there. That's the most important thing. But once you get there, then you can tweak it, try to work the numbers a little bit, try to work harder and smarter.
Right.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I agree with that.
Definitely. I
Anybody
mean,
else?
me and the guy that I talked about in the interview, my friend that actually put me on, like I said, he was talking about wanting to quit his job and doing this full time, and some circumstances popped up at his job where he did quit his job, and now he's driving Lyft and well, really Uber full time. But like he was talking to one of his friends, and he came up with a little good accusation. He's like, if you don't have at least 4 hours to dedicate to the app's algorithm does it messes you up. It kind of sees that you're only used to working 4 hours a day. It's not going to give you that many rides. So, I mean, I guess at the same time, you can try to algorithm it, but I really don't think that matters. I think if you go in there, you put in a good 8 to 10 hours a day, you're going to make decent money.
Yes, sir. Anybody else want to go before we move on to the next question? Actually, yeah, let me go real quick. Yeah. Cause I get tired of people with all these fucking theories. They think some people are just so smart that they stupid. And the reason why I say that, they do the most to try to outsmart things. Then only thing I ask them is this: like anybody who got all these theories, just ask them one question: can I see your earnings? That's it. Because everybody got a story. Everybody, and a lot of people cannot take accountability. So if you ask them to see their earnings for the week and they got 13 hours, who cares? Fuck an algorithm. You only got 13 hours. Why
Exactly.
should I listen to you about anything, especially about an algorithm that you know nothing about? And if you knew so much about algorithms, why you not a developer? Oh, yeah, exactly.
Right.
So,
Man, the only
go ahead.
only thing I need to know is somebody else doing it.
Yeah.
If somebody else making money, then I can make the money. Especially if you're in my area. I mean, you could say market dependent, all that, blah, 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 blah. But you got to test your market first. You know what I'm saying? You ain't those 80 hours, 84 hours, or to the app kick you off, then you don't know what your market is yet. You know what I'm saying? But just to keep it simple, if somebody else doing it, I can do it. You know what I mean? That's it.
Exactly, man. All right, let's get on to the third question, man. So, what are the top 3 characteristics a driver should have in your opinion? Should we go to Val? Val, what you think?
I feel like you gotta be you gotta be a hard worker, like never give up. Like sometimes you in a certain area, it could be really slow, so you just gotta go somewhere else.
Mm.
The next thing, punishment, like you gotta be grounded. So basically have a goal. So for example, this week I want to make $2,000. How is it possible? So the best way to do it is go 12 hours every day. So
Mhm.
you just follow these goals. That's it. And then the third thing is that patience.
Yep.
Sometimes you might get a passenger and it might be the pain ass, but you got to remember, just don't make things happen and try to get your stars, your ratings up, and that's it. It's very simple.
Yep. It is. People overcomplicate it. Anybody else want to go?
I mean, I would say discipline,
Hmm.
the first three. I mean, obviously there's more, but discipline, consistency, and flexibility slash adaptability,
Okay.
because you get different types of people getting in your car. You might have to go from one city to the next city, you know what I mean? And you just have to have that discipline to, you know, get up and do what it takes to get where you want to be, but then you have to be consistent about it as well, which is what they were already talking about. And then also just being flexible with, your time, the people you're picking up, whatever you got to do, you have to be able to adapt and conquer, the day and the hours and stuff that you want to do. So, I mean, those are my three.
Okay. Let's hear from David. Because I know David, he be dropping that heat. So,
Man, you know, everybody that's already spoke pretty much hit the nail on the head. You got to be consistent. You got to be in position. You got to have perseverance. You can't be thin-skinned. I mean, you know, people got to realize when they get into this field, and I don't think a lot of, especially people just starting, you have to realize you're not in a position that you're not an employee no more.
right.
You're a business owner, and it's different. You know, employee can come to work, be half-assed, and still get a check. you
Yep.
know, a boss can't do that. A boss has to make sure everybody else is taken care of, which in this case would be his vehicle. His vehicle got to be up to par. You got to have gas in it. Got to do oil changes. Got to have tires. You know what I mean? So that has to be up to par so we can consistently make money. Um, it's a different mindset. It's a whole different avenue. And people talk good talk. People talk, oh, I'm a boss, I'm this, I'm that. Until you're on your own 2 feet, until you're really, what's the word for it? For lack of a better term, really providing for yourself and you don't rely on nobody else but you to put that food on that table, you you're not really a boss.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? You see the shirts, oh, I'm a boss, you hear the songs, boss, but it's a different mentality, it's a different way of life, it's a different way of being. You know what I mean? Not everybody can do it. Some people start ride share, some people start businesses, and they have to go back to being an employee. There's nothing wrong with that. It's just not for everybody.
Right.
You know what I mean? I got 3 businesses right now that I'm juggling. It's not easy. I'm thankful that I can do Lyft because it gives me that flexibility. I'm thankful that, if I like my main business right now are my Airbnbs. I may have to stop. I might have to work 6 hours, go clean 1 or 2 Airbnbs and go back on the road. There's not too many businesses that you can do that. It's not too many
Right.
businesses that you can open up, stop for a couple hours, kick all the customers out, and then open back up shop. You know what I mean? So we have opportunity that a lot of people don't have. If I want to go to, I'm on the East Coast. If I want to go to the Carolinas or I want to go to the beach for the weekend, I can take my business with me.
Yep.
A lot of people can't do that. If I say, you know what, I'm tired of working during the day. I'm gonna chill during the day. I want to work night shift all this week. I can do that. I don't know any businesses that have that kind of flexibility.
Right.
And then on top of that, we don't have to worry about ourselves. We don't have to worry about staffing. We don't have to worry about somebody calling out and we gotta fill that. We're our own person. So it's so many variables, man. I mean, it's so many variables, and the fact that all you guys see that, all you guys are in position, and we can take this money and throw it in crypto. We can take this money and throw it in stock. We can take this money and throw it in real estate. There's so many avenues that we can do and hit it with so many different angles. It's endless. We just gotta be creative. And I'm gonna tell you straight up, bro. Like when I'm driving in that car, especially like a long ride, 60-mile, 100-mile ride, I'm just thinking the whole time.
Yep.
I'm thinking. What's my next move? How can I take this money and invest? You know what I'm saying? So if we're just putting on music and we're just kind of close out to the world and we're not thinking and trying to maneuver and trying to segue into other things, then for lack of a better term, man, we foolish. Because as being in a position that we're in, that the money that we can make unlimited, bruh. I mean, it's and if I'm not mistaken, everybody on here is either like early to mid 20s to early 30s. We all young. You know what I'm saying? If we plan it right, take this money, invest it, we could all retire in 5 to 10 years straight up.
Yep.
So, and that's just real.
Man.
I don't think I heard nobody say. So outside of, I was ready to say structure, but I heard consistency. But structure is very important. You got structure. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, you got the flexibility to move around, but as long as you put in those consistent hours every single day, you're gonna get your bread. You know what I'm saying? If you have a goal of 20 rides or 25 rides, you're gonna hit around that $200 to $300, you know what I'm saying, profit for that day. You know what I'm saying? So I would say structure, focus. You gotta be focused. You can't be thinking about stuff at home, at the crib, thinking about that sandwich in the refrigerator. You know what I'm saying? You got to be focused. Otherwise, you're going to want to go home. Because all we got to do is hit offline.
Yep.
Mm-hmm.
I can't be thinking about other stuff. That's one thing that happened to me last week. I can admit I had something else on my mind, and it just threw my whole mood.
Yep.
So focus is essential. And the last thing I would say is just that winner's mindset. You know what I'm saying? Like Eric Thomas said it best: win and losers lose. Like it's just that simple. You got to have a winner's mentality, like relentless. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm gonna make my money regardless.
Yep.
Like I just picked up somebody for $5 for 20 miles. I don't care. Like I'm gonna put in an extra 2-3 hours to get that $200 or that $300.
Yep.
But yeah.
Yeah, that's good, man. The three I have strong vision. Why? Because you need to be, like you said, man, you need to have some type of vision or goal that's going to help you push. Because, winters come in, it's going to get hard. You're going to go through the ups and downs. Sometimes you're just going to have bad days. Like, man, you start thinking about other shit. You're like, damn, I don't feel like driving. And you just, want to go home. Some days you'll stick it out. Other days, you'll just go home, which is fine. But overall, you need something that's going to help you push through it. And you definitely need to be disciplined or structured. However, if you want to play semantics, pretty much the same thing. You got to be able to, sacrifice fun, mediocre activities that a lot of friends do. They try to suck you into doing. Um, getting up early, trying to exercise. You got to do it all, man. Like, and it's hard. And I think the most important thing is belief. Belief in yourself, and you got to have some type of ego, man. Like, you got to feel like you are a winner, like you can do it, and regardless how hard it may get, I'm gonna get up and I'm gonna kill it, and I don't give a fuck. I don't care what you got to say. I don't care what my parents have to say. I don't care none of these lames on the internet have to say. People gonna try to discredit you, or people gonna think your ideas or what you're doing is, just crazy, and it doesn't sound right. So don't let people affect your thinking, man. Don't conform. Just stick with it. You see other people, making the money doing the same thing that you want to do. So follow those people, man. And yeah. So the next question, you know, what does making, $2,000 in a week mean to you, and why do you think this challenge is so important? See, we have a guy, Leonard. He's just sitting in the car. This guy has not yet made 2,000 in a week. So I invited him on here. Thank you for joining the panel. Even camming up, man, because I know some people don't like to cam up, man. So
Man, thank you for
why do you?
having me.
Yeah,
Appreciate it.
yeah, no problem, no problem. Yeah, before we get that, yeah. So for the panel, before I get Leonard to ask his question, why do y'all think stuff like this is so important to the new drivers who haven't made $2,000 or just new and they confused, they don't know who got good information and what to believe?
Motivation.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely motivation. Because I mean, if you sitting there and you searching everybody on YouTube and you see everybody else doing it, that just proves that you could do it too.
Yeah.
Yep.
It's the repetition of seeing it.
Mm-hmm.
Because when I was seeing it, and first of all, I was seeing you do it, Ronnie. I wasn't you weren't really, I don't think you were doing the interviews yet, but I was seeing you like every week posting 2,000 this, 2,000 that, and I'm just like, okay, And so I think seeing is believing, and just the repetition of seeing it, then it starts to cement in your mind, and then you start to get it in your, you start to think about it more, and you get it in your head, and you're like, okay, well, maybe I can do this. He's doing it. I'm seeing him do it every week, so it gives you, like he said, the motivation to try if you can see it, So
One thing,
it's important to see it in the videos that you're putting out and the interviews that you're doing of people seeing it. That's important, because if you can't see it, ain't nobody trying to hear what you got to say.
Right. What you about to say, Val?
no, I was saying one thing you could do in the videos, whenever you got Ronnie Speak or Jay Eddie, any other YouTuber, I mean, for Uber, they're making the money. You could look in their stats, look at the hours, how many hours they've been working, look at how many rides they've been doing it. So if you're like, I want to make $2,000 and Ronnie Speak is making this amount of rides per week, I gotta copy that. And again, we're from different markets. So if Ronnie could do it over there in the Bay, other people could do in Dallas, Jersey, New York, Chicago, whatever. And for example, let's say, I don't know where you're at, but let's say you're in Houston, I could get it done too.
Yes, sir.
Yeah, man, that's a good point because sorry if I cut anyone off right there, but like that's where me and Ron got to the point where we would literally have people saying like almost like we was capping. So like then we're like, all right, bro, like you can't deny that here. If I zoom in on my phone of my actual earnings, you can't deny it. Or if I take a screenshot or a screen recording on my phone and I literally am scrolling through exactly how many hours I drove that week, what the final tally was, I'm showing you day by day and how it finally adds up and accumulates up to 2,000. You can't say I'm a liar. And that's like really, you'll have some people comment like, man, you didn't really make no 2,000. Like, so we was like, I'll prove it. Like you can't deny literally the numbers right then and there. What are you gonna do? Tell me I photoshopped my phone? You know what I mean? Like, so it was just kind of like weird because like I think some people really actually have to have that proof like right there in their face.
Yep.
Because they'll try to find any way to discredit it, you know what I'm saying? Or just to like not be a believer in it.
Yep.
Yeah,
You know what?
You go ahead, Dave.
I was just gonna say, you know what, and that's true what Jordan was saying. But there's people out there that you won't hit the number, which I did. Y'all all did. I screenshot of certain people, and they still don't believe it.
Right.
They just, you know what I'm saying? They just that negative. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
They just that small-minded that, they don't have confidence in themselves. That's something wrong with them. You know what I mean?
Facts.
It has nothing to do with you. You know what I'm saying? Like it has to do with them. And even when you hit the 2,000 or you hit 3,000, like Ronnie said, like, oh, well, it took you 70 hours. It took you 75 hours. And then I asked them, all right, well, could you hit 75 hours 1 week on your job and make 2,000? If they even let you, because they probably stop you
They
from
ain't gonna
hitting a
let you.
certain amount of overtime anyway.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So like,
100%.
Big facts.
it's just,
Big
it's
facts.
just shutting down the noise, bro. If you can't make $2,000 in your job, we got nothing to talk about. You know what I'm saying?
Yep.
Like, ain't nothing to talk about. You know what I mean? If you can tell me that you can make 100,000 with your job and take off whenever you want to take off, work whatever shift you want to work, then we got something to talk about. But we all know they can't do that.
100%.
You know what I'm saying? We all know it. So, you know, it's just shut out the noise, bro. Like, if you can't show me you can make 100 bands, deuces.
Why you talking?
You know what I
Yeah,
mean?
right. Why you talking?
Why you talking? You know what I mean? I don't even put the energy, like I don't give people that much energy no more.
Oh,
I'm not
facts.
gonna argue with you, bro. You know what I'm saying? I'm gonna show you the numbers. I'm gonna screenshot it to you. You with it or you not? It's
Yep.
cool. But when in 5 years, when I'm on Cancun, I'm like, hey, bro, what you doing? We all getting together. We on a cruise. We all, taking shots, whatever. Oh, but man, I just got a promotion. I made an extra $250 an hour. I gotta be at the job. Oh well.
Right.
You know what time it is. You know where we gonna be at.
Yep.
You know what I mean? So I don't give people that much energy, bro. For real.
Yeah.
Oh, no doubt.
Yeah, DeAndre, what was you gonna say?
Oh yeah, no, I think it's very important, especially for people in the beginning, because so many people do like ride share, Uber and Lyft, and don't necessarily get the results that we get. You know what I'm
Yeah.
saying? Two like bands a week, and a lot of people complain. There are a lot of complainers. There are a lot of people that do it part-time that don't put in the hours. So it's essential that, when you're new, that you're connected to a community. That's why I like, this
Mhm.
dope. And then people can see it, and you gotta believe you can do it. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you don't believe you can do it, then you're not even gonna try.
Yep.
And this community in itself is very special, because it not only puts, my man Ronnie Speed, on in the limelight, but everybody from different cities. So just that belief in itself, man. And then like you said, it's an algorithm, but even with that, you don't even have to use the algorithm. You just gotta believe that you can do it and just go after it.
Yeah. Yeah, real quick. I like to say you are the algorithm. Fuck the
Yeah.
algorithm. You are
Yep.
the number one algorithm. Your
Right.
work ethic, your mindset, that is the algorithm. And the reason why I started this, the reason why I even started my channel, because I was driving and I was meeting so many people who used to drive, or they knew someone who used to drive, and they like, yeah, well, they weren't making money, or it's not worth it. And I'm like, what? Like, what are these people talking about? So I was like, you know what? I'm gonna start posting videos to help people and try to make it as objective as possible, because there's so much bad information out there. And there are people out there who looking for opportunity, who don't want to, work at a job, put on a name tag, like the whole world is just it's funny to me, man, because people out here, they work for a company, they go into like conferences. Then when you go to a conference, guess what you get? You get a name tag. Why do you get a name tag? Because you're a fucking nobody. That's how I look at it. But like, I wanted to be somebody. It's beyond driving. Like, it's a mindset. I wanted to be somebody. Like, I need energy, and like, I need to help people. I need energy, and I want to boost and help people, and have them and be around people with the same mindset. Like David said, bosses, man. I like that boss mentality. That's the type of people I want to be around.
Boss, you know what I'm saying? You don't need a name tag.
Yeah, exactly. A name tag. Like, what's your name? Oh, and they still mess it up. What's your name? Roland? Like, what? You don't say
Right.
RONALD, Roland. But yeah. What about you, Leonard? Because I'm not sure how long you've been driving. Some of the things that, if you got any questions, like for the panel right now.
Man, honestly, I had a bunch of questions listed prior to even the interview, but like listening to y'all speak, man, y'all just answering them one by one, like literally, like no joking, bro. But for me, listening to you guys speak, like what I realized for myself personally, the reason why I hit my goal is that I placed a lot of limitations on myself, man. Like some unconsciously, it's like some without even knowing, like, you know what I'm saying? And what I'm really taking from this is just reaffirming, just being flexible and being structured. Consistency was never my problem. It's just that those limitations, man, in terms of not driving certain times of the day, you know what I'm saying? Like getting home, you know what I'm saying? Because you gotta see the lady at a certain time. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like it's so many different things that could throw you off track. So just listen to you guys speak. I'm taking my little notes, man. You know what I'm saying? I'm just realizing everything slowly but surely.
Yeah. I
And
mean,
just taking it all in.
yeah, how long you been driving, man?
So I started July 2019.
Okay.
I started I rented a blue Sonata Hyundai from the Fair company, the little rental service. It was called Fair out here in LA. I'm in Los Angeles. So I started in 2019, and the pandemic year, brother, I did not drive for 8 months of the year, so I don't even count that year, to be honest with you.
That's
so
fair.
roughly like 2 years. Let's just say 2 years. And I just came across you, I want to say like a month ago. And ever since then, man, I just been trying to like just hit that level. You know what I'm saying? Just soaking up game and just trying to reach that level.
Yeah, man.
And that's pretty much it, man.
Well, thanks for supporting. And what was your highest earnings like that you made so far?
It was 1750. I remember
so
it
right
because
there, bro.
the quest, honestly, dude, I was there. What set me back, to be honest, I got super tired because all I need to do was work Sunday to hit that extra 250. So I ain't gonna lie to you, bro. I was tired, like physically sleepy. Like, so I was like, I kind of chalked it up like, okay, I'm a rookie. Just keep going. You feel me? Like you would build endurance over the weeks. Like, so I was down about it, but I just kind of looked at it like, okay, next week I'll try a little bit harder. You feel what I'm saying?
Yeah. I mean, you just gotta be patient and work on like certain things, like as far as like discipline, maybe certain things that throughout the day that you could work on, and especially
preparation,
like preparation, and
100%.
not putting those limitations in your head, man, because I'm pretty sure it's people in your ear thinking that you crazy as hell for doing this. Don't listen to them. They gonna try to bring you back to their world. Don't do it, man.
It's
Obviously,
not a
if you
lot of
can make
support, man.
bro, if you could make $1,700 driving, you could definitely make 2,000 or more. You could definitely make it, bro. Because that's how it started for me. Like even with Jordan saying, we used to, okay, I'm gonna find out how to make 250 a day. Figure that out. Bam. Okay, 300 a day. Figure that out. Now like 350, 330. It's like you just continue to level up. It's just like a video game. That's all it is, man.
Yeah, sure.
And another reason why I think you're really gonna make it, because you took the time to actually, be committed to joining the call.
Yes,
so,
sir.
like you believe in yourself, you could do it. You just probably got to critique some, certain areas, and before you know it, you'll definitely get there, man. Anybody else want to, give some words of wisdom to them?
Yeah, man. I think like at the same time too, man, like it's easy to be like caught up in the money grab, and being like just like grind. Cause like even me, like sometimes, bro, at the end of the day, I have to remind myself I'm a fucking human. You know what I'm saying? So you are gonna get tired sometimes. You are gonna have like one week that you might be more sluggish than the others. There might be some times where your mind's just not even into it. And it's okay to listen to those things, you know what I'm saying? And you need to, because it'll probably be more detrimental if you try to push through it, and it's not going to be sustainable. But also don't let it become a bad habit. Don't let it become where you get stuck in that and start spiraling down into like the laziness, or telling yourself, oh, it is okay that I'm tired, let me just shut it down. It's the same thing, man. Sometimes you just gotta persevere, push through it, and think of it what's going to be like most important sometimes, man. Because like if you're out there dozing off and driving and shit, obviously your safety and life is at hand at that point too, so it's not worth it. You know what I'm saying? And that money's going to be there, bro. But at the same time, do kind of push yourself a little bit, because bro, you're right there, dog. Like you're right there. And so because there's times I do too, bro. Like there's times where I'm like, well, whatever, I'll chalk it up this week because I know I have next week and I'll just get after it, you know.
Yeah.
And then if you do that though, if you do that, right, literally give yourself all the time you need to recharge and actually get after it that week that you say you're going to do it. Don't bullshit yourself to make yourself feel better being like, oh, I'll just get after it next week, and you don't do it.
Right.
If you tell yourself you're going to get after it next week, do exactly that. Let that be your goal, and obviously have your daily goals and weekly goals along with it, and have that 2000 in sight and in mind the entire week that you decided that you're going to chalk up the previous week to get after it that week, that upcoming week.
Yeah, sure.
Sir.
Absolutely.
Val, you
Hey,
wanted to say something? 'Cause I see you got your.
Yeah, I want to ask you. Also depend on the hours. Like, can you work? Like, for example, can you do like morning shift, like 4 or 5 in the morning, all the way to like 11, 12? Or are you more like a night person?
Naturally, I'm more of a morning person.
Okay.
So like, since I didn't, like I said, I didn't change my mindset. I start early in the morning now, and I give myself. I start at 4:30 to be specific, 4:30 a.m. And I pretty much
Uh-huh.
give myself from like a 12-hour window. Because my main thing is I'm focused on the 10 hours. Like me, myself personally, like from what I done drove, I know I can hit the 10 before I start dozing off, or you know what I'm saying,
Yeah,
before I
yeah.
start tapping out. So right now it's 10 hours for me. Eventually I get to the 10, but right now it's I get to the 12, but right now it's 10. So
Yeah.
I start
10
at
is cool,
4:30.
man.
I give myself from basically from 4 to 4 to get those 10 hours in
Okay.
active time.
Yeah.
So I mean that's what I've been doing this week and this past week, the previous week, excuse me.
Good.
So that's what I've been on as of late.
I mean,
Anybody
you
else?
could be slick. I mean, what you could do like 5 hours straight and then take a break for like 2 hours and then go back for 5 hours, you know?
Right.
Okay.
That's
Okay.
that's what I do. I do 6 hours straight and I chill for like 3 hours and I get back out there for 6 hours.
Okay. Okay. Kind of like break it up into like
Yeah,
two
so
little
basically,
small
yes.
shifts, essentially. Yeah.
Yeah, so six
Okay. And
hours straight, and I eat for like 1 hour, chill, bullshit, you know what I mean? And then for 2 hours, I sleep. And when I wake up, I got all this energy like SpongeBob, and I could go back and work for
okay.
hours.
Okay.
That's how I get my 12 hours sleep.
You
So you can
said
try
like
that.
SpongeBob.
No, seriously, I'm my 2 hours
Okay.
sleep. I'm good.
Right, right.
Yeah.
Word up. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I'm gonna have to try that.
Yeah,
And to be
man.
honest, the reason why I wasn't thinking of, like I said, it was due to prior limitations that I had previously. I wasn't allowing myself the flexibility because I was just thinking I got to get everything done in this 12-hour window. Like, kind of like J. Eddie said, like a machine. Like every day, I'm gonna try to do 4 to 4, regardless. And that just previously it wasn't getting me. It was working out, but it wasn't getting me to 2K.
Yeah.
So like I'm trying to get over the hill. Like I'm trying to get to that next level. Like so whatever I
another,
gotta do by any means.
yeah, another thing you could do, like if you're doing like 10 hours, you could do 10 hours Monday through Friday. Then on the weekends, do 5 hours and 5 hours. Try that. That'll put you 60
Oh
hours.
wow.
You can have more rest. Because if you get the bulk of your driving done, Monday through Friday, then the weekends will be a breeze for you. Try that, then see how much, how close you get to 2000, or if you hit 2000, then critique your strategy there. Then I'll always be here to help. But
Yep, yes, sir. Appreciate it.
that goes into like the next question, man. Like, how do you guys balance, driving and and family time, and if y'all could like describe like how y'all like when people say work-life balance, because I see a lot of people comment on my stuff and but well, if I drive that long, I don't have a life. But I don't understand how people don't have a life, because I'm still driving 60 plus hours, sometimes 50 hours, making $2,000, editing videos, doing Zoom calls, dating few girls. So it's like, what do you mean? Like, how do you not have time? Like, I got time to do all this, and how do you not have time? So how do y'all like? What is like work-life balance, and what does that mean to you? Like, do y'all still have time to spend like chilling with your friends or family, or just all work, 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 and nothing?
I get it.
Go ahead,
Yeah.
DeAndre.
So I got a son, so I drop him off at daycare every morning at like 6:37. Then after that, I hit the road, you know what I'm saying? I think the power is really in the flexibility. You know what I'm saying? Like, if I hit 2 bands 2 weeks straight, I can go plan something with my family. I don't have to tell nobody. You know what I'm saying? So you can do whatever you want to do. You know what I'm saying? So I don't see how people saying like you can't do nothing. You just have to, you know, you got to plan it. You know what I'm saying? Just like with anything, like if, you know what I'm saying, if you got a job and you're going to put in, you're going to request to have that week off or whatever, but with Uber, you ain't got to do that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Plan ahead. That's really all you got to do. You know, I can drop everything. Something happened with my son, I can drop everything, go get him, whoop de whoop. You know what I'm saying? So I love it.
Hold on, I want to go to Fred real quick because I remember in his interview, he's like, I'll take my daughter with me.
See, I got a 3-year-old, man. I'm just like you, bro. I drop her off in the morning, probably like 8, 9, just because we usually up late, and then you know what I'm saying, we drop her off. We make sure she get like 10 hours of sleep or whatever, and I make sure I get my sleep. But for the most part, man, I'm up early, way before my wife and my baby. 4:30, 5 o'clock in the morning. Then I do runs all the way up until probably like 8:30, shut it down, go get her ready, drop her off, back to runs, you know what I'm saying, until I finish my day out. And I'm usually eating lunch in the car. And when I do eat lunch in the car, I'm doing Uber Eats. So I got somebody else's food right there. I'm smashing my food at, you know what I'm saying, stop signs, red lights, whatever. You know what I'm saying? You just gotta really plan it out. Like it's this job is very unique in the sense that whatever works for you, you know what I'm saying, you can do that. Like you can figure out your system and then apply it. And I would just say same thing he said, man, hit the nail on the head. Plan. Like you literally have to set an alarm, give yourself time every day or once every week, plan out your schedule, how it's gonna go. Of course, there's gonna be deviations. Of course, life gonna throw monkey wrenches in your plan. It's not gonna be perfect. But having that basis to go off of, man, that's key. Like if you don't have that, then you're never gonna reach your goals. And it's, what I would say to you, Leonard, is man, driving is you versus you. You know what I'm saying? So write down, you know your flaws, you know exactly what it is that is hindering you from getting to that money. Write that down. And then every day, just go back to it and say, did I do this that stopped me from getting the money, or did I overcome that? You know what I'm saying? How did you overcome it? And then continue to do whatever it is that you did to overcome it. Like it's you can make it 1, 2, 3 in that sense, like very black and white. Like what's the problem? How do you solve it? And then revisit it every day. Like, did I do it or did I not do it? Because you can't lie to yourself if it's on paper. If it's in your head, you might say, "Oh yeah, I'm gonna get up in the morning and I'm gonna go hard." And then you wake up at 10 o'clock and you're like, "Oh, it's okay. I'm gonna go hard at night." And then you end early because you're tired. And then I'm gonna get it next. I'm gonna get it the next day. I'm gonna get it the next week. Right, it's never gonna happen. If you put it on paper and you like writing it down, like okay, it's accountability to yourself. So
absolutely,
let me get off my soapbox. That's pretty much, you know what I'm saying, my advice to you.
This all the people complaining about work-life balance by doing Uber, you either gonna plan out your life or you gonna have somebody plan it out for you. Yeah. Put in the work, plan your day out, plan your week out. You're gonna be straight. Like, man.
Yeah, I mean, I live by myself, you know, my boyfriend doesn't live in the same, you know, state as me. So I don't really have to worry about, you know, having to come home and, you know, be with my boyfriend right now. You know what I mean? So it's just like I'll be on my grind. Like I'm kind of new to my area. So I'm still kind of like settling. So I'm still, you know, trying to make, you know, some friends and stuff like that. But at the same time, it's just like more than caring about making friends. Like I don't need a big corner. Just give me like 2 friends and I'm good. Like I'm not the type of person that I need to be hanging up under my friends all the time or nothing like that. I'm thinking about, you know, okay, my future and the money I'm making and if I can eat and if I can pay my bills and if I can plan my future. Like those are the things that I'm focusing on than just, oh, well, I want to hang out. You know, sometimes I go by myself, I'll take myself to the movies. You know what I mean? Like, the balance is, I think the work-life balance is your responsibility. Like he said, you got to plan it out.
Yeah.
Like I'm getting ready to go because my son, he's in 4th grade. He's going, they're doing their graduation. He's going to the 5th grade. So I'm going to, his graduation in North Carolina, and I'm be on my way, be back here the next day. I mean, you plan it out. Like, okay, I know I'm not going to be able to work for a day, maybe a day and a half, but there's my work-life balance right there. Like, your responsibilities, your family, your friends, your spouse, girlfriend, boyfriend, whatever, what you have to do. So I think some people shy away from from entrepreneurship because it's just like they have to be accountable for their own
everything.
Yeah.
Yep.
They
Yeah.
have to be
Hold yourself
accountable for
accountable.
everything. And it's easier. It is, in a sense, I mean, you got to take the pros and the cons, but in this situation, it is easier to work a job because you don't have to, you just got to show up, you know what I mean? And you have your schedule, and this is what it is. But as an entrepreneur, it's just like that's what I'm saying. You have to be flexible and you have to be adaptable because things change. As an entrepreneur, you don't know what can happen. What happens if something happens to your car, or something happens in your family, just different things like that. So work-life balance, we're entrepreneurs, so sometimes there ain't no work-life balance. We wish there was work-life balance sometimes, but I think that once you get to a certain point, you can kind of start to create more of a balance. But when you on the grind and you trying to get it, you might not have that luxury of, being able to play. You might have to work more, for right now, and then you kind of work on that balance as you figuring out your journey, your entrepreneurial, journey and everything like that. And also, I was going to tell you, Leonard, I don't know if there's anybody else of the contestants that were
No,
here.
just him. Just him.
Okay. But I mean, I guess this can go for us and even me too. But I don't know what city you said. Oh, you said you live in LA.
LA.
Okay.
Yeah, in LA.
Okay, so you're in a good area, but I guess somebody else is going to see this video. But what I wanted to say was sometimes, because like I said, I live in Hampton Roads area, specifically Newport News, and
Hey.
Well, where you live?
I'm in Richmond.
Oh, okay, yeah. That's the comment I was getting ready to make. Is I had to pick up somebody in Hampton, I think it was, and drive them all the way to Richmond. And I noticed that out there in Richmond, they rides be popping a lot of times. And I'm like, I stayed up there after I dropped him off to pick up some rides before I had to make another hour, trip back to Newport News. You know what I mean? So sometimes you might have to drive outside your area, to meet your goal. So that's a good, anybody else who's going to be watching this video.
Right. Sure.
All right, I'm moving on to the next question. So I know a few of y'all have kids, and I know, like, since we are entrepreneurs, go-getters, got a different mindset. Talk about some of the disciplines that you would like to transfer or instill into your children or child, and some of the things that you learned specifically from doing like Uber and Lyft. What would you like your kids to learn and understand?
That he needs, like, I have a son, like I'm a military brat as well, and we were taught from a young age, like, how your parents used to be like, do you have money for that, and you 7 or 8 or whatever. And I was taught at a young age to work. I was taught at a young age to work hard, to work for what you want. And that's what I want to teach my son. Yes, I want to provide a good life and a better life for him, but I also don't want it to be like everything is just handed to you. You know what I mean? And as an entrepreneur, you have to go get what you want. And I want to instill those, type of traits, in, you know, in him, to let him know that, hey, everything is just not, I might have it, but I might not just give it to you because I want you to work for it. I want to see how bad you want it as well. And, you know, I think though that teaches kids and also teaches them to think, you know what I mean? So, you know, those are not just that. I mean, there's a bunch, but I mean, you know, you got to teach your kids how to go for what they want and not just give them everything.
Right.
Yeah, that's definitely good.
I was just gonna say same. I just want to instill a good work ethic. You know what I'm saying? Consistency, and just enjoying life. I mean, I be like Willie Speedman. I be talking shit to the customers in the car and shit. You know what I'm saying? I be having a good time, man. That's what life's about.
Shit,
So
you
know
got me on my chair.
Be up, right, right. Be upbeat, man. Just have a good time. That's what I want her to take away from life. We here for a good time, not a long time. So you know what I'm saying. You might as well enjoy it while you're here, and then just giving her that consistency and that work ethic to have the tools that she needs to have that good time in life. Because being broke ain't fun. So you know what I'm saying. She need to be able to go get it.
Yeah, that's definitely one of the things that I'm trying to, well, my daughter's still young and all, but I want her to realize that while she is young and I am taking a lot of time away, it's because I'm starting to build something that's pretty much for her. You know, I'm not just sitting here working for myself. I'm making it to where her mom can stay at home and take care of her all day. And I'm able to get out there and grind. And hopefully she sees, all right, well, he's gone a lot, but he also does everything that we need. You know, he's able to provide everything that we need. Anytime that we want to do something, he has that flexibility to drop whatever he's doing and we can go take that day off, you know, do whatever we want to do. You know, it's stuff like that. And also that she can be pretty much independent, you know, that you don't have to have a boss fire or be worried about being fired or, you know, worry about, oh, I got to wake up at 6 in the morning and go do this and go do that. You can pretty much do it. I guess you can do whatever you want to do as long as you can set your mind to it and stay consistent with it.
Sir.
Yeah, let them know that they don't have to be an employee, but they can be a business owner, you know.
Exactly.
Right. I think I'm kind of piggybacking off Sherelle a little bit, but perseverance is probably that's the word I was looking for. I looked it up too. It says perseverance in doing something despite difficulty or delay in achieving success. I just think that's very important. You know, find a way. You know what I'm saying? Make a way. You know what I mean? Like, I think some kids, even adults to this day, like they just give up so quick. You know, they don't even exhaust all their resources. Like, find a way, make a way. You know what I mean? Like, as an adult, as a man, a young Black man, just, you know what I mean, find a way. You know, that's probably the number one thing I want to teach my son.
Man, that's pretty good. Anybody else got kids, or that's pretty much it? No, that's it. Okay, we almost done. We almost done. Got a couple more questions. Yeah, talk about some of the adversities that you since you've been driving that you have faced, and how did you overcome those adversities by keeping the vision that you have for yourself and your life alive, in order for you to push forward.
Ooh, adversities. I've had some adversities. These last, actually, I mean, it's not really funny, but just it's not funny at all, actually. But shortly after me and you had our interview running, my grandma, I posted this. I posted a
I
life
seen on your
update
channel.
on my
Yeah.
channel.
Mhm.
Yeah, because my grandma died May 7th, and well, let's back up. This is not an adversity, but I ended up getting some disability back pay money from the VA. So I kind of, slacked off with Uber. But then a week or so after that, my grandma, she had been battling with dementia, and we have been going up to the nursing home. I had to anyway, I don't know if anybody knows about nursing homes and stuff, but they don't really take care of their people like they say.
Right.
So I have been going up there like every day. And I had to, my grandma ended up having a stroke. Like there was just so much going on. And on top of that, and that's the beauty of actually being an entrepreneur and not having a job, because I could just log off of whatever I was doing and go see about my grandma. So she had dementia. She was going through just so much happened, but she finally ended up, passing away on May 7th. And that was hard. It's still hard. We ended up having her funeral on, I think it was the 14th of this month. And I hadn't really been doing Uber. I was just, I think the universe for the fact that I got that money, because I was just like in no mindset to work. And also, okay, I was wondering what that was.
Yeah.
Also, that same night after they came and pronounced my grandma dead, passed away and all of that, and they took her body. This all happened at my mom's house. We had moved my grandma, finally to my mom's house. And so we were just there spending time with her and stuff like that. So she passed away. They pronounced her dead, and the funeral home came and got her body. And I made sure that my mom and everything was okay, and my sister. Like it was tough. And then on my way home, it was like 3-4 o'clock in the morning. I got into a car accident on the highway, and somebody just, I don't know if you guys saw that video on my channel or whatever, but they rear-ended me. He came out of nowhere. I was set my cruise control 70. I was going 71 miles an hour, and he hit me like, and I'm like, and I slide across like all 3 lanes of the highway. And, I'm just thankful there was no cars coming, because it really could have been a bad accident. But, long story short, he ended up hitting me and then running. It was some 19-year-old kid. And I Fast and the Furious on him, and just took off after him, because I'm just like, oh, hell no. And then my grandma, the crazy thing is my grandma actually co-signed for me for that car, because I had gotten into the same type of accident a year earlier. And that car, that totaled my last car. So just a simple fact that, my grandma bought me that, helped get me that car, because, buying a new car wasn't in the budget.
Right.
So anyway, I ended up catching this fool, and I'm yelling at him like, are you serious? I can't believe you ran. I'm fussing at him like I'm his mama. And so, just the simple fact that I had to go through all that. I just got back on Uber this week, or maybe last week. But sometimes things happen, and you just gotta take it for what it is. Take the time that you need, and then realize that life still goes on. I actually have a video I'm about to post, because I started my gym journey back again today. But I actually made a video about that, and I'm gonna post, probably tonight or tomorrow or something like that. But anyway, whenever stuff happens, life still is gonna go on. My grandma passed away, and it's sad and it's unfortunate, but life is life, and life still goes on. And I realized that, okay, life still goes on. I got to just get back out there and grind and do. This is what I committed to as my source of income. I have my spa business as well, and other things that I'm doing on the side, but Uber is my main source of income. So when adversities and stuff happen, take the time that you need to take to deal with those things, to grieve, to whatever the case may be, but realize that you can't stay there, and you got to get back on your grind. You know what I mean? Hopefully that you guys understood that. I know I feel like I talked a lot, but yeah, I mean, adversity is what it is. It's not going to go away. Life is life. It's going to happen, but you already have to know in your mind that you're going to face everything head on. you know what I mean, and do what you need to do to get through it, to keep, you know, moving up and getting to where you want to be in life.
Definitely.
What about you, Val? Yeah, Val, you haven't said that in a while.
Oh. No. The thing is that in life, just always bad things gonna happen. So you just gotta prepare it.
Mhm.
So when you work, the extra money you have, just save it. Because sometimes something bad might happen to you. You just gotta use it just for help, you know?
Yes, sir.
Ooh.
Yeah, now I'm gonna touch upon that my damn self. You know, I've been doing this. I think I started like 2016. So, you know, I've been through it all, man. Flat tires, switching cars, catalytic converter stolen,
Dang.
you know, people talking shit. You know, I bought a car for $2,500, ended up putting 4,000 in maintenance in it. I was driving a manual car for Uber in San Francisco on the
In San
hills, nervous
Francisco.
as hell, you know, trying to switch gears on the hill, rolling back, like, oh. So man, you know, I've been through it all, but like even during the bad times, you know, like you get kicked down, but I mean, you just gotta get back up, man. You know, I got a saying I like to go by. Sometime you get the bear, you know, sometime the bear gets you,
Better get
man.
you.
So you can't let it. You got to get the bear more times than to get you. So just get up and never quit, man. Understand stuff gonna happen. You know, we all learning. Then you know, especially this is new to us. And shit, just keep at it. Like fuck it. What's the worst that can happen? You can always get a job, so just keep going.
Right.
Oh, and
Yeah,
that's what
that's
I
a
was saying about the
go ahead, go ahead.
No, I was just saying that what I meant to say, okay, because people probably wonder what you driving now, but I'm actually driving my mom's car. It's a Ford Flex.
Mhm.
So you know, people are like, oh shoot, I thought this is nice. You know, it's got leather seats and everything. I
Mhm.
mean, my car is new, but it don't have no leather seats or nothing, but
Right,
they got
right.
air in the back, you know, and all of this type of thing. So, you know, you I'm thankful that, you know, even through my adversity and stuff like that, there's always a plan. You like you said, like you always have to have a backup plan and stuff like that. And even if you don't have a plan, because I didn't know if my mom was going to allow me to use her vehicle. I mean, I drive her vehicle all the time, but I didn't know she's going to allow me to use it for Uber because I can't use the rental car from the insurance company for Uber. And then Hertz, you know, I wasn't trying to pay the weekly rent plus the gas, and then they didn't have any electric vehicles. And so my mom was like, you know, you can use my car. And I was just like, thank you. I don't like that gas bill, but you know,
Right.
it works. So
Yeah, for sure. Jordan, what was you gonna
Yeah,
say?
I could definitely I forgot what point I was gonna make previously, but I could definitely relate to you for sure because I was involved in an accident as well almost a year ago, and yeah, major L's started flooding down my way after that. You know, like just like the things you were trying to avoid, I actually had to do. I didn't have a backup car or anything like that. So unfortunately, I had to get my ass slapped by Avis, doing the rental program through them, in order to still be able to do what I had to do to still get my money. You know what I mean? So I think also it's a huge thing for us as drivers to. I mean, you don't have to be a financial expert, but I think it's very important to take budgeting and finances a lot more serious as well. One, so you also don't have this fear of the boogeyman, of the tax boogeyman that everybody has, right? So you have money to pay your taxes, but also for emergency funds in situations like this, because me and Ronnie called it, I think it was 2020, which was during the initial part of the pandemic. It was the year of the tires. Me and this dude was getting getting nails in our tires, bro. They weren't doing street cleaning and stuff like that, so we was getting our tires, brand new tires, set of tires. Like I think we got hit twice in the same month before, like both
Right,
of
right.
us, just one after another, man. Like I remember him telling me one day, he's like, "Yeah, man, I got a nail in my tire." I think literally the next day, because I could hear it with like this one. It was with my Tesla, so like you know, it's very quiet and stuff like that. So, and this happened to me a couple times prior to where I know the sound. I could keep hearing it rotating in the wheel every time it hits the pavement, whatever. So I'm like, damn. So I get out my car, I look, nailing my tire. I'm like, bro, I gotta nail my shit. You know, so we called it the year of the tires, man. You know, we were spending all kinds of money on having to get tires, but you know, that's the name of the game with driving, man. Especially, you know, those types of things are inevitable, but we're a lot more prone to, right? Because we're out here on these streets way more, putting these hours in. So things like that is you know, we're more prone to those types of situations, man. Accidents, things happening like car malfunctions, you know, things that are out of our hand, man. But you just gotta, one, be prepared for those things. It's very important to be able to prepare yourself and be able to be like, well, yeah, I gotta take this L, but here, you know, here's the $700 that, you know, I gotta pay to, you know, get this new set of tires or something like that. So I think that's very important.
All right, I got a question. Hey, Ronnie, can I ask a question?
Yeah, go ahead.
Oh, all right. All right, so that's probably my worst fear. Has anybody ever been in a situation where they had car issues and they had a rider in the car?
Once.
Yeah.
Oh my!
I've
What
had
is?
it.
I'll talk about mine real quick. I got a flat tire, but luckily, it was at the San Jose airport. So I'm just pulling into the San Jose airport, and I'm hearing like dope, dope, dope. I'm like, the fuck? And I'm looking at my instrument cluster, and I see like the low air pressure on the tire. And I'm like, damn, I think my tire's flat. But luckily, I was at the airport, so I could I pulled over, and it was on a Sunday, like early Sunday morning. So I was able to pull over in a safe place. And you know, he got out the car, got his bag, just got like a taxi to go to his terminal. So luckily, it was there. So yeah, and I just had to change it. He left me hanging, but I don't blame him. You know, he got stuff to do, so I had to change it.
Right.
I'm on YouTube, you know, changing the tire. And the funny thing is, I put a donut on my tire, drove back to Oakland from San Jose. That probably was like about 40 miles or so. I did 5 more trips and got my bonus. Picking up people with a donut on. I'm like, damn, hopefully they don't come to this side and see the donut. So I'm trying to position myself,
Right.
you know, so that to pick them up so they see the 2 regular tires. Like, what the hell is going on? Yeah, man.
That's hella funny. Yeah, I got the same thing, man. Man, if people don't know, the Bay Area streets are terrible, man. There's potholes, all kinds of shit. And it was, mine was actually kind of nerve-wracking because I was going on to an on-ramp to the freeway. And the way like it curved, I couldn't see the pothole coming up. So I just hit that thing like probably like the most perfect way you possibly could, right? And of course, you know the sound it is when you hit a pothole. You're like, damn, like, like it hurts, like you know it hurt. You know what I mean? It hurts your soul a little bit. And then all of a sudden, and of course they're like, ooh, you know, in the back, like, damn, this motherfucker just ran over this pothole hella hard.
Right.
So then all of a sudden, I think the windows were down too. So all of a sudden you just hear. I knew it, bro. I was like, fuck. So the scary part about it was not only am I entering the freeway on the on-ramp, right? So obviously I got to catch, you know, the same speed that the people who are already on the freeway are already at, right? But I can't do that because now my tire is like losing air. So how am I going to do this? Because the way, the thing that made it so problematic was the fact of the way this entrance was set up is, you know, typically you normally are on the right side merging onto the freeway, right? You come from the right side. I don't know if it's different elsewhere, but you know, sometimes we have the left, sometimes we have the right, but majority of the freeway entrances and merge lanes are coming from the right side and you merge left onto the freeway. Well, this one was coming from the left side and the nearest, and the exits are usually on the right side. So the nearest exit, I had to slowly go across the fucking freeway traffic, which is going at high speed. I had to slowly go across all the way from one side of the freeway to the other in order to exit. So that was like the kind of scary part, you know. I was like that dude that hazards were on, and I'm just like safely looking over, like trying to do lane by lane, and people are probably like, man, what is this jackass doing? But luckily enough, I got all the way to the side. And they kind of felt bad for me because, they knew it was like obviously not intentional and it's just unfortunate. And they did the same thing. They're like, okay, well, we're just gonna go ahead and get another Uber. So I'm sitting there like trying to like, damn man, like what do I do? Because they don't have spares and all that stuff with like Teslas and stuff. But sure enough, Tesla has roadside assistance and whatnot. So you just call them and they have a tow truck and they took me to the nearest service center and handle my business. But yeah, that was kind of a little nerve-wracking situation, man, especially just the way I had to maneuver across the freeway to pull over safely and stuff.
I think you just gotta stay calm. You can't be freaking out because then the customer might freak out too. Yeah.
Oh, hell yeah.
You gotta stay calm because I know when I was actually headed to Richmond, DeAndre, I was headed there and I had this mother and daughter and all of a sudden my tire light came on. I was like, fuck. So yeah, I pulled over, I got to the gas station to fill up, but it was a slow leak, it was a real slow leak. But by the time I got to Richmond, I had to put more air in it again. So I think a lot of it is just don't freak out. But the lady, I was able to get them to where they needed to go. And I think I did a couple more rides when I got there, but I had to, fill up. But just stay calm because the lady, she was like, "Oh, do you need me to help you out?" And she had put her mother, tendencies on me. I was like, "No, I'm cool. But just stay calm. Don't freak out."
I think with me, the closest thing. Oh, you could go on.
Like out here in New Orleans, man, that's one of the first things I do is when I pick up people from the airport, they get into like the Metairie area and everything. All our streets are nice out here, but the second you hit New Orleans, it's horrible. So like I try to warn people, I'm like, hey, look, I know I do this every day, but I can't remember every pothole out here. And I remember I had this old man in the back seat and I smoked it. I was probably doing 55, 60. Man, I heard that man, he was like, ooh, stuff like that. It's like, man, my bad, dude. Look, shit like this, it pops up out here every day. You could try to remember the potholes and all, but man, you don't got time to be remembering all that shit. But stuff like that, like she was saying, you just got to kind of remain calm. And if you know you're about to pull up on a bad street, which if you're out here in NOLA, everybody knows these streets are horrible. Just try to warn them, be like, hey, look, these streets are really, really messed up. So if I'm going kind of slow, it's kind of for your convenience and for my car's convenience. So I don't have to sit there and constantly do maintenance on it on, shocks, struts, tires, the whole nine.
Mm-hmm. My situation, I think my situation is like probably the worst. So to make this story really short, it was a blizzard. And I don't know how there's different markets, but I work in Jersey. So the surge is super lit. You got surge for like $20, all that. So I was like, cool, let me make this money. And I was making this money. It was cool. But to make the story mad short, I'm driving and it was all the snow and it was a pothole. I didn't know. You can't see because it's snow. So my car hit it, boom, and the tire was gone. So I end the ride, but I didn't charge my passenger. So
you said the tire was gone?
Yeah, it was gone just from the pothole, literally. So I just end the ride. I didn't charge the passenger. They got in our Uber, but my friend came over. Basically help out with the situation. But it was crazy. But ever since that, and it was dark too. So ever since that, I feel hesitate to work when it's a blizzard and it's dark. It's harder to see the potholes.
Yeah. Damn, man. Hey, Val, you much better than me, bro. Because I'm gonna still complete that. I'm gonna swipe left and complete that trip, bro. Hey, you know what I mean? I'm gonna still get mines for that. Yeah, man.
It was a long trip. No, it was a long trip because I was in West New York and I gotta go to see Costas. That's really long. That's
But you said you ain't charging.
No, I didn't charge him because I picked him. To make the story short, I pick up this female, and after 3 blocks, that's when it happened.
I'm gonna
So
get 3 blocks worth of driving, bro. I'm sorry. Look, hey, Uber charged them. I didn't charge them. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Uber charged them.
you know how it is with the passengers. You know, they be in your ass. I'm like, you know what? Okay, hey, I
Right.
didn't do much.
Yeah,
Whatever.
I feel it.
Yeah.
I feel it. I'm just
Yeah.
messing, but I'm
Yeah.
also serious.
Yeah. Two more questions. This question is gonna be kind of fun, man. What are some of y'all pet peeves? Like when y'all pick somebody up, stuff that just get under your skin, just irritate you. Like you just look at them, you already irritated. Can y'all? I'm gonna go first. I think now my whole thing is mask. Like when somebody just get in the car, they got a mask. I'm already irritated. Like, why do you still have this mask on? Then it's like you give them the opportunity to take it off. Like, masks are no longer required. Oh, it's all right. It makes me feel better. I'm done. I'm just done with the conversation. I'm done with you.
Right. All right.
I got nothing to
I
say.
didn't think about it. I don't think about it anymore.
Yeah,
I
don't
forgot I
think
had
about
it on.
Yeah. I'm like, oh, you're not worried? I'm like, no. Look at my arms. You think I'm gonna be worried about? My arms too big. Talk about I'm worried. What am I worried about? What about y'all? Y'all got anything?
I think my biggest one is I think riders be trying to get over sometimes. Like one time it was this lady, she had caught the Uber, but when I pulled up, she had a dog in her arms, like a small dog, and like that's a whole different service, right?
Yeah.
It's like
I'm not sure.
But like I'm a dog person, but I feel like I should know beforehand that you got a dog in your arm.
Yep.
You know what I'm saying? Blew my mind, bro. I was like, wait, what? And then dog hair is hard to get out. You know what I'm saying? It don't just get off. Like, yeah.
It's just the fact of the lack of consideration, man. Because like I'm kind of the same way too. Because if I had an animal and stuff, like it's just because it's like a lot of people don't think about it being our car. You know what I'm saying? So they're just like, well, I'm just paying, $6 for a ride, and everything goes because they just think that they become the boss as well. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, real quick. Let me touch upon that real quick. The whole dog issue. For the audience who's gonna be watching this, y'all have to be very, very careful with people and they fucking dogs. The reason why I say that, because people will lie. They will say that their dog is registered as a service dog just to have the dog in your car. And if you don't like dogs, and because people, like I said, they'll say it and then like, oh, well, I don't want you in my car because I don't like animals. So they would try to lie and say that their dog is a service animal, and you could get deplatformed from that. So y'all want to be very careful with that. If they say for service animal, just whatever, just do it because you don't want to get kicked off the app, because it is, I think, illegal to first ask if it's a service dog, or I think some people will say, oh, it's discrimination. You know how petty people are, so you don't want to get kicked off. Because somebody did message me this week actually saying somebody tried to get in, they had a service dog, and that person denied them, they made a report. That's it. So be careful with that.
No, that is crazy though. It is like a lack of consideration though, because I'm a dog person, but everybody not.
Yeah, I like dogs too, but you don't have to lie to me. Like, that's the thing that irritate me. Oh, yeah, it's a certain. Some people, they'll text you through the app like, you don't mind if I bring a dog? It's a service animal. And I'm looking at your dog. Your dog hyper as hell. It's ugly as hell. So I know it's not a service.
It's not a service dog, right?
Like, your dog cannot perform a specific task. Therefore, it's not a service animal. Then, like, people so stupid. Like, you start talking to them, they get in the car, you engage in the conversation. Well, okay, where you get your dog from? Oh, I rescued it. The fuck? You just told me it's a service dog. Like, now I feel something like you think I'm stupid or something. Like, I know your dog is way too hyper to be a service dog.
Right. Oh, he got one eye or something. You know what I'm saying? He ain't no service.
one eye, 3 legs. Like, come on, man. I know your dog is a rescue. Like, you rescued a 3-legged animal. Like,
I literally called Ron the other day on this whole situation because I got the same thing, picking someone up. She sends me a text like, hey, I have like very well trained. She's very, like trained, like just was really talking up this whole thing about the dog being trained and, well behaved and everything like that. Service animal as well, blah, blah, blah. So as she pulls up, she opens the door and she tries to give the dog command which was to like get in, right? Dog was like sitting there and shit, not doing nothing. She had to pick the dog up and put it in the car. I'm like, yeah, okay. Yeah, so much for that well-trained dog. Like, you full of shit.
I don't like when people come in smelling like weed or cigarettes. Ooh, that just it pisses me off.
Yes,
Oh my god.
Yeah.
Especially like when you pull up and they smoking a cigarette.
Smoking a
and
cigarette.
they'll put her out and they don't have nothing to put. Like, bro, like, you gonna have my whole car stinking. Like, throw the cigarette out or put it in something.
Quick.
Oh, my bad.
Yeah. I mean, cause I tell him cause my whole thing is, cause I told this one dude yesterday, he ended up being cool. We had a nice conversation after, but I said, can you not get in the car? Don't try not to smoke a cigarette right before you about to get into, Uber. I didn't tell him, like making it specific to me, but I just made it like more general or whatever. But then some people come in like, oh, you can smell it. Like, what the fuck you mean? Sorry. Like, what you mean? You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Right. Yeah.
Yes, I can smell it.
Yeah, that's annoying, man. I remember one time I pulled up a couple years ago to pick somebody up. They was at the mall. So I think I was like 10 or 15. I was like 10 minutes away. I know I was in the double digits. So I pull up. It's like, oh, you mind waiting for us? Can we smoke a cigarette real quick? I'm like, yeah, go ahead. They went back towards like the the entrance of the mall. They lit up. I pulled off. I'm like, I'm not waiting for you. Fuck you in these cigarettes. Speedman.
I had this. I picked up this group of people. They was either Italian or Middle Eastern. I was trying to read the accent, but I couldn't figure out which one it was. But they couldn't really speak. What the girl, she could speak a little bit of English, but it was like four of them. So the Ford Flex has like the seats in the back too.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't have no, if I can help it, I don't have nobody sit in front with me. Like, I don't, because I don't want you that close to me. But so they sat in the couple with the female, she sat in the back with her dude. So I'm they chilling or whatever, they speaking in their language, they trying to tell me about music. I can't understand them, they can't understand me. So but all of a sudden I'm driving, we got like 25 minutes, and I'm seeing them, they kissing and stuff in the back, they all in the back. So I can't really see, but I can see in my rearview mirror, they kissing and stuff. And I'm like, and I'm just watching because I'm just like, y'all better not do nothing more than that,
Right.
So I'm thinking, this is my mama car. Like, y'all ain't gonna get me in trouble, So, and all of a sudden I see he put his thumb in the girl mouth, and I'm just like, excuse me. Like, I said, I don't care if y'all are making out, but no hands better be in nobody's pants back there.
Right.
Like, I told her I don't know if they understood me, but they kind of like, calm they hot selves down or whatever. Right. I don't mind PDA, but they
doing too much.
Y'all was doing too much. Y'all was doing too much, and y'all was making me uncomfortable. And it's COVID, and I don't know what y'all doing. So.
Right. That's funny. Anybody else?
Yeah, I mean, I could have a list, bro. I got so many things that are irritating that I find, especially with driving my car. But I want to talk about like ones that I'm sure other everyone here probably could relate to, or maybe I'm just too petty or something. But I think like one thing that irks me, man, is like when people ask the same ass lame questions, such as like, oh, you just getting started? And it'd be like some random ass time during the day. Like, and I get it, because like, yeah, some drivers do be driving, starting at different times and stuff. But like, I swear, like, people don't be trying to come up with any type of other different question. They'd be like, is it busy? Like, man, like, I'm driving you, right? Like, shit, yeah, it's busy, man.
Yeah.
Like, what do you consider busy?
I never I never understood that question. Like, is it busy? I can only pick up one person at a time. I'm always gonna get rides. Like,
right.
Dang, man.
They do ask that same question, Jordan, all the time.
Yeah,
bro.
You can predict,
All
if
the
you
time.
drive enough, you can predict the questions that you're going to be asked every single day. Is it busy? If it's a nice day, oh, it's such a nice day. Like, duh, it's
Do you
spring.
do Uber full time?
Yeah, right.
It's
Do you do
springtime,
full time or part
dumbass.
time? Do you do something else on the side? Yeah, all the time, man. And
Yeah.
another one that irritates me too is like when they be like, "Do you mind if I roll the window down?" And or they'll be like, do you mind if I roll the window down a little bit? And I'm like, yeah, sure, go ahead. And they roll that bitch all the way down. I'm like, damn, you said a little bit. And it'd be like cold too, bro.
Yeah,
like
at
it's
5 in the
like
morning. It's like 50 degrees.
It ain't like we in
damn.
Miami or something, right? We in the Bay Area, bro. So it's like, consistently like high 50s and 60s and shit, man. And they'll roll that thing all the way down.
Yeah.
I'm like, bro, I know it's not hot, dog. Like, what are you doing?
All right, you gotta put your hoodie on.
I tell them not to roll it down. I'll be like, no, you can't roll it down.
You're mean.
Like, you need some air. You need some air. Like, I don't know.
Oh, man.
You can't roll it down.
Right.
Right there, I'm like, hey, if it's too hot, I can turn this AC on for you.
Right.
I can't
Right.
let them
I got
come over.
allergies,
Bro, I got
But
flies
they
and
be-
stuff coming in my car. We can't do none of that.
Right.
Bro, I be saying that too, but they be like, but I like the fresh air. Like, man, shut up.
You gonna be outside the car
can't
very
tell
soon, sir.
Right.
Chill
Right.
out. Get as much
You know
fresh
what?
air as you want.
You know, one thing I can't stand is like secondhand drivers. So I'm driving.
Oh,
I got a passenger behind
That's
me, and I have the location. I'm following the GPS, and like, no, you just go a little, like couple blocks over, and I'm driving. I'm like, okay, and I'm at the block, like over here. No, just keep going, and I'm going slow, and like, no, just keep going. It's all good, all right. And I'm going. I'm like, okay, and I'm like, no, just go faster. I go faster, like normal speed. Yo, right here. That pissed me.
Right.
I have to stop, and the person behind me, that shit is so random. They might touch my car.
Yeah.
So what I do in that situation, I don't just pop and stop. I just keep going. I slow it down a bit with my emergency lights. Now
Yeah.
my passenger is like, yo, what you doing? Yo, right over here. Yo, you passed my spot. I'm like, yo, the car could touch me. And I say that, they look at me like I'm crazy. Like, nah, nigga, because this is my car.
Yeah.
If somebody hit my car, if somebody hit my car, you're gonna walk out my car like, damn, that shit fucked up, and just walk out and
call
chill.
another Uber.
And
exactly.
not an Uber, but they they won't care. But I gotta pay for it.
Yep.
There's so many elements of why like backseat driving pisses me off, right? And I think they don't understand this. One, I drive way more than you. You know what I'm saying? Because they'd be like, oh, I take this route every day, blah, blah, blah. It's just the only reason why people backseat drive half the time when it comes to driving Uber is because it's their comfortable route. That's the route they go, and that's the only route they want to do. But it's like, and they try to sit here and be like, oh, no, it's faster going this way. I'm like, oh, so you're going to tell me that the app is wrong because first of all, the app is going to calculate traffic and stuff. So do you know the traffic that's going on right now? No. So then it's also, then you have another aspect. I do Uber because I don't want nobody to tell me what the fuck to do. You know what I'm saying? You're not my boss. Shut up.
Exactly.
Can I go into your office and start telling you what to do? No.
Right.
So don't be
You
coming up in
defeat
my
the purpose.
shit telling me where to go. Yeah,
Bro,
man.
I get specifically mad when they don't say nothing the whole ride, but then they be trying to tell you what turns to make. Like, oh no, turn right here. I'm like, no, I'm gonna do this GPS.
Last minute, right? You talking about last minute, right?
Yeah, like nah, you good, bro. We're gonna take this route right here. And it's like I've been driving for 30 minutes, bro. You think the GPS gonna be wrong now? Like,
right.
I'm gonna turn to tell you, like, bro, just chill out. Sit back, let me do this driving real quick.
Yeah,
exactly. And I'm right there with Val too, man, because then, okay, so then sometimes you don't try to fight it back, right? You just like roll your eyes and be like, all right, man, whatever, like tell me where to go. And then they won't though, they won't pay attention. You know what I'm saying? Like if you're gonna be backseat driving, like if you tell me not to go off of my app, then you go ahead and tell me every single step, bro. Like you're gonna tell me every single step. And then they don't. But oh no,
that happens. That happened to me. That happened to me, Jay. So what happened with make this match short? I had this. I pick up this female. I got to take her to her job, and she's like, "No, don't worry about the GPS. I'm gonna tell you where to go." So she's telling me where to go, but last minute, obviously. So now I got on the turnpike, and it's telling me to take this exit, and I'm just looking at her, and she's kind of on the phone, and I'm like, "Wait, did I get out over here?" Like, no, not yet. And I pass the exit. Yo, you making me later. I'm like, nigga, you just.
Yeah.
So that happens.
Yeah, for sure. And that's the irritating part about it. It's like, yeah, if you want to sit here and try to act like, you know, the GPS and shit, then you're gonna tell me the entire way and pay attention while you do it.
Right.
Ahead of time.
I don't be listening, bro. I stop listening to them. I'm gonna do the GPS. It's just, you know what I'm saying? right here, this right, this left, and then we're gonna be there. Don't worry about it. No, this way is fast. So I'm just gonna follow GPS though. It's all good. We could just chill out for a second. I got you. Yeah, that'd be killing me, man.
That's definitely keep in mind. I think I got one that everybody should relate to though. Like, so sometimes, you know, it'll be like 5 in the morning, right? You going to you want to pick up your person, and you see like a name like Cheryl or Sharice or a girl name. You know what I'm saying? You the spot, you know, and there's 3 dudes with hoods that walk to the car.
Oh
like,
shit.
That don't be blowing. Like, all right, I'm a man, right? I'm a man. Still, you know what I'm saying? Like, I'm on high alert. Like, I'm in an alley. I'm in an alley picking up 3 dudes with hoods at 4 in the morning. You feel me?
Right.
They ain't getting picked up. Yeah,
I had this one when I was in Richmond, when I got stuck out, not stuck, but when I stayed out there for a little bit, I had this one ride ping me, and I'm like, all right, cool. And I don't know where I was in Richmond exactly, but it was like the pickup was like under this bridge. And I was like, oh hell no, I canceled the ride. I'm like, I don't even know, because I'm looking around and I'm like, who gets picked up under a bridge? I said, I don't feel safe. Cancel, you know.
Right.
I got one more.
Well, do one more before you wrap it up.
All right, look. So like, y'all know it'd be like the automated ones. It'd be like the assisted living facilities. Like automated message like call.
Yep.
Like 9 times, most of those is like either an older person. They never show up to the car, and do y'all be having that?
Oh hell yeah!
Oh bro, me
all the time.
Me and Ron don't even do them no more. Right. As soon as you get that message, like nope. Like I already know, man. Because like sometimes it'd be problematic anyways. One is like either they can't figure out where they need to be, you know, or it's like hella hassle to get in the car because they're like, you know, like hella disabled and shit and like need extra stuff. It just usually always becomes more of a pain in the ass. And actually half the time, like, bro, I think some of them, it's not even like always just like, you know, disability wise. Like I think some of these people be coming from like psych wards, bro. And so, you know, I've had like legit like problems, bro. I legit had to like, she called the cops and everything. I recorded it on my phone, bro. Like she was just like talking shit. She's like, you know, you don't own this car, right? Like just weird stuff. And I'm like, huh? And she's like, it's a Tesla. Like Elon has full control of this car at any point. I'm like, okay. So then she just like keeps talking like all kinds of crazy shit. And I'm like, man, I'm getting this. Like, you gotta get out, man. Yep. Like she was like starting to harass me and disrespect me and stuff. And so anytime I get that, like, oh, the automated message and call 1-800 this and that, nah, I ain't doing it, bro. Sorry, someone else could deal with that. It ain't gonna be me.
I think the last one is like, not the last one, but like I think I talked to Ronnie about it. The seatbelt situation, like put your seatbelt on, like you, because I told him, I said, he said, man, put my seatbelt on. I'm like, you want this ride, don't you? Right. You know, put your seatbelt on.
Yeah. This last one I'm gonna say. Speaking of seatbelt, because I wanted to say this, but since you brought it up, you know, I'm gonna definitely say it. I've never seen somebody sit in the back seat and grab a passenger seatbelt in the front and try to pull it all the way back. And these baby boomers, like, they are the worst trying to get Ubers. It's like, bro, you just look at them, you like, man, I'm just gonna let you be, man. It's so funny. I'm just gonna let you. I'm gonna let you have the front seatbelts just strapped in, man, just because it's funny to me.
Man, I never experienced that until Ron said it. He was saying it a couple of times, man. I'm like, nah, bro, like I've never had that happen. And then when it finally did, I was like, holy shit, he's right. Like people really do be trying to grab this seatbelt in the front. Like it don't even be logical, man. I'm like, what? Like, how does this work out in your head, bro?
Right. Yeah, man. People crazy, but you know, this is the last question before you wrap it up, man. Like, y'all heard us talk about like certain pet peeves. Like, it's just, you know, just something fun to talk about because a lot of people will not understand. They'll probably, well, they complain. And no, it's not really complain. It's just stuff that we go through. Like, obviously we patient and like only people who drive will understand the patience that you have to deal with people and their stupidity or the stuff that they put you through. So yeah, but last question, man, like, is it worth it to drive Uber in 2022?
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Most definitely.
Without a doubt. Very lucrative.
We all still here, huh?
Yep.
Yeah.
With this
Yeah.
too, right?
That's
Yeah,
right.
man. Yeah, hold on. Oh, yeah, you're right. Show them where. It's definitely 2 racks, man. And that's why it's worth it, because you could definitely make some money, man. Don't listen to all these people who say it's not worth it. Don't listen to like the Gen X and definitely baby boomers. They still in the dinosaur ages, you know. It's a new way to hustle, new way to make money, new way to pursue things. And you should definitely try it out, man. You know, push yourself, you know, and that's one thing I really like about this, because for most people, I think most people struggle with it because they never had to think. For once in your life, you have to use your brain to do something, think, plan, you know, structure, you know, use your vision and all that stuff. So a lot of people can benefit from doing this. And if you talk about the algorithm, I think you are the algorithm. You smart, you got a brain, especially if you're healthy. You know, you can figure things out, man. So, you know, be careful with the, you know, the stories that you telling yourself, who you let influence you, and who you let, you know, put their type of limited beliefs on you. So before we get up out of here, man, I want to leave the audience with the 2 racks a week manifesto, man. We are the 2 racks a week winners. We are an elite set of individuals who have put in the effort and the hustle. I'm doing Uber and Lyft. We are different from the average, and we are here to share our attitude, mindset, and personalities. Tips that not only can help you make 2 racks a week, but also to help you acquire new habits that you can apply in your life. So I want to thank this panel, ladies and gentlemen. You know, we out here, we growing. So far, I think I've done up to like 25 or 26 2 racks a week calls and counting. That's not including the people who haven't got on yet. That's not including the people who are scared to come on, who don't want to be on camera. So far, it's a tie between DMV and LAX, who have the most winners. So shout out to those markets. And yeah, by the end of 2022, we're gonna see what market got the, you know, the best drivers. So, you know, other than that, man, I want to thank y'all for coming on. Appreciate it. Yeah, y'all awesome winners, man. You know, looking forward to more conversations with y'all. And probably more than likely, you know, bring y'all back on here, man. Thank you again, Leonard, for taking the time out your day to, you know, listen to like this knowledge, the mindset, you know, and we looking forward to have you on and seeing you on the 2 racks a week challenge.
Yes,
Oh
sir.
yeah, for
But
sure.
other
I
than
appreciate
that,
y'all.
man, yeah. Well, other than that, man, see y'all next month for the next 3rd 2 racks a week winners link up. Other than that, shit, I'll holler back. Peace.
2 racks a week. Ronnie Speed. Yeah, Ronnie Speed. 60 hours. 2 racks a week.